Left of the box. So we have, politicians like her, but then there's also politicians that arrive drunk on the job. Because, of course, when you're living in the 1%, when you're a politician, when you already have that privilege, so what if you're drunk when you show up? And this is from Peter Julian. He's an NDP MP.
Some Conservative MPs had very clearly consumed alcohol before they came into this House. That is something that is simply strictly prohibited in any workplace. As you were aware, because the Speaker's office was notified, the pages were withdrawn from the opposition lobby because of safety issues.
So for those of you who don't know, pages, not talking about paper here, we're talking about people. The pages were withdrawn. So pages are assistants of sorts. They certain etiquettes and stuff to be followed within the House of Commons and whatnot. So they're people. But they were withdrawn from the lobby because of safety reasons from the lobby where all these MPs had shown up drunk. These people had to be removed for safety issues. And so he tweeted out, some Conservative MPs arrived drunk at the House of Commons last night for the GST relief vote. They screamed, disrupted proceedings, that parliamentary pages were removed from unsafe positions in the lobby. In most workplaces, showing up intoxicated is grounds for dismissal. Yeah, again, rules for thee, but not for me. And this is the ruling class saying, we're allowed to do all of this. Just like, Doug Ford is saying, we're allowed to get away with all this corruption because, we're of that group. We're of that ruling class. We're of the privileged rich people. We're allowed to do this corruption. But if you skip a fare on the TTC, you should be charged hundreds of dollars. But if we show up drunk to work, that's totally okay. And kind of as a lot of people were pointing out, if I were to show up drunk at a job, I'd probably get fired. If I were to show up drunk to a live stream, that would be really that would never happen. But you see, since I employ myself, I wouldn't really have to worry about getting myself fired. But, if I were to show up drunk at a retail position, yeah, you'd get fired. If you were in an office, working in the office, if you're a bus driver, definitely get fired. But, when you're responsible for making legislation that affects the lives of millions of people and you show up drunk to that job, totally fine. Totally fine. When you're so disruptive that the pages from the lobby need to be removed for their own safety, totally fine. Totally fine. The standards of professionalism are so disconnected. Yet if you call one of them a liar on the House floor, that's called for a dismissal from the chamber. Oh no, the etiquette, the decorum. You can't break the decorum. As long as, you can be drunk so long as you don't break decorum.